Hello, hello. My name is Crystal Chibu, and you're welcome to the HopeGrill, where we teach, infuse, and experience hope. Popularly referred to as the senior advocate of comedy, SACO. He brings smiles and laughter to the lives of people. He didn't just start like that. He has a lot that has happened to him and what has made him who he is today. You're welcome to the Grill, SACO.
Thank you so much. Privileged to be here this time.
And you know, it's Christmas season and Christmas is just in there. So what's happening now?
A lot of activities
I can see all the red things, like you're already celebrating Christmas.
It's a busy period at the moment. Coming from an event, going to another event. I just had to be here to celebrate you. Thank you so much for being a blessing to us in Nigeria and outside Nigeria.
So will it be okay to say Merry Christmas?
Merry Christmas, yes. We're smelling Christmas. You smell Christmas already?
Oh, so is there some Christmas song that you used to sing then that you want to sing?
In the Yoruba, Keresimesi,
Keresimesi Day,
Keresimesi Day. Let's go.
That's
exactly one of the songs we used to sing in secondary school, and you know, but it's different now. My daughter sings the different songs now. My children sing different songs now. A lot of things have changed.
Wow.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Same to you.
So, I mean, everyone calls you SACO, SACO. In fact, at some point I started thinking your parents must have named you SACO.
Yeah, my parents started accepting the name SACO when they started seeing results of SACO.
So, what name did they give you?
SACO is actually my initials, my full name. When I started comedy a few years ago, back in secondary school, and I began to say to myself, I saw people like Ali Baba, I saw a lot of people bear different names that were different from their names, and I said to myself, what name do I? My first name is Sunday, the A is Ayodele, the C is Chukwukamadu, and the O is Okundalai, and that's how I got the name SACO. And so I started with Sonny Baba. I said, no, somebody's using Sonny Baba. And then I wrote all my initials, all my names. And I arranged, not like now, my daughter have up to 13 names. So if you want to arrange it, but then it was just very simple. My dad gave me, or my mom gave me Sunday. My dad gave me Chukwukamadu, Ayodele, and that was how I got the name SACO. So I just wrote all my names and arranged it. And I got the name SACO, and I started writing my name everywhere in the world. You know, I grew up in a polygamous family, and I'm the first one of 9. Tentatively, we're 9. The last time I checked, I don't know what will happen after Christmas, but as in the last time I checked, we're 9. Okay. We're 5 boys and 4 girls. And so when I wrote my name then, my mom was always complaining, don't write your name, don't let the other woman know your initial, don't let them know the full name. So, but when they began to see the result of SACO, SACO, my mom called me SACO.
I mean, today we know you as a celebrity comedian. You're everywhere, master of ceremony.
Yeah, compared with the
So for me, I'm like, what was it like growing up? Did you start comedy? I mean, people say today that they started singing from their mother's womb and all of that. Did you start that? Did you know that you were going to go into comedy?
No, I never knew I was going to become a comedian. I started as a normal child. I started as, you know, talking. I talk. I am very inquisitive. I wanted to know what is inside this ball. In fact, at the time, my auntie thought I was a destructive child. It was that bad that everything I touched was always destructive. Then it was crazy. It almost affected my self-esteem. But as I grew, thank God for church, thank God for, you know, gave me the platform to join the choir. I joined the children choir, I joined the teenage choir, and I began to build confidence. And thank God, when I got into secondary school, I joined a club that's called Health and Life Planning Club, where they taught us as a teenager to build our self-esteem, how we could express ourselves, and also they taught us about abstinence, 100% abstinence from sex. And then Fridays were always time for us to express ourselves. If you have a talent, drama, song, and so Fridays we'll walk from K2 to Ifako. where their center was then. And then sometimes we lap ourselves, sometimes we walk when we'll take a transport when we're going, when we're coming back, we walk. And then it began to build my self-esteem, let me know that they had training for us, to let us know that we're more than we were, even if it was not in religious environment, but it gave me confidence. And so I went back to school. During break, I would teach people, because I had to repeat SS2, it was that crazy. I repeated SS2 because comedy got into me, and then I wasn't going to read, I would just think of jokes, and then I repeated SS2. When it dawned on me, I knew that I needed to work more academically. So as I learned, I used to teach my friends and then do comedy and then sing. And that was how comedy started.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's definitely
from secondary school. From secondary
an
school.
Interesting journey.
Yeah.
So when you left secondary school, did you just go into comedy? Did you just become like the big names that we know, like the SACOs that we know today?
No. Well, when I finished secondary school, I didn't get the platform. Yes, I was in the choir, but I knew that the comedy thing was always in me. During rehearsals, they used to call me clown. I would make people laugh and all those things. But I realized as I grew older, I needed something to build. I didn't have the money I needed at the time. So I had the opportunity of working as a waiter. For me, I say it's an opportunity. Then it was survival mode.
Oh, fantastic. You mean you were once a waiter?
Yes, I worked as a waiter. It was for survival mode, but I realized that God made it a platform for me to learn something that I know today. After secondary school, my choir mistress was a waiter and was a caterer, and so she needed some boys to work for them, and there was no food at home basically. And then it gave me the opportunity to go work where I was paid 500 naira per day. Where we get there, arrange plates, and until the last plate is washed, you can't go home. And if you break any plate, you break your balance. So maybe you're supposed to get 500 now, you can get like 350.
Wow.
It was crazy. But for me, one thing that they helped me to do was there were some meats that some people didn't touch then. So I had the opportunity of taking some, put in nylon, bring back home for my mom, and some food, bring back home for my siblings and I. And the responsibility was already on me because I will say this, that my father really didn't give us attention at the time when we needed his attention. From when we got into secondary school, there was more attention on the other woman, so it was us for ourselves. And so the sense of responsibility was already on me. You know, there is anything my mom transfers the aggression on me, kind of making me look as if, but I'm sure you will not allow my mom to see this one. But it's a different story now, because from there, working daily, every Saturday, to working in a corporate environment in the restaurant. I worked in a discount house, Jashpet discount house on the island for close to 2-3 years.
Wow.
Where 1 month off, I worked with Jashpet discount house in January. By February, I worked in consolidated discount house because it was like 1 month off for the caterer. So from that, my choir mistress, I worked with another woman, and then they were paying me 4,000 per month. And the amazing thing is some people that I work with now are my major clients now. Because even as working as a waiter, it made me a better person. They used to give me a tip of 100 naira at the end of the month and say, you did a fantastic job this month. So adding to the 4,000 naira, it was more than close to 6,000 naira in a month. And then at the end of the day, I take remnants home. It's remnant, but for me, we didn't see it as remnant because they didn't touch it. And so some of the meat, like I said, some people take like 2-3 meats, they don't touch it, then put it in a nylon. This was something that I did for close to 2-3 years before I went to university.
Wow. So, but like when you ask kids growing up, some would say, I want to be a pilot.
Yeah.
It seemed that you kind of like figured it out that you were going to be a comedian. Did you figure it out? And you also talked, consistently, you mentioned platform. Yes. What is it for you about a platform?
I would share, for me, the platform that I saw working as a waiter was the opportunity where on Saturdays when I go to work as a waiter and I see an MC doing an MC that I see on TV, anchoring an event, and I say to myself, I didn't understand what I was doing. What I was saying to myself that time was, this person standing on the stage is someone where I want to see myself in under 2-3 years, in under 10 years. And most of the things that I've said, so I would tell my coordinator that, the young guy that coordinates us to tell us, oh, this is where you're going to be, this is where you're going to serve. I tell him, please, can I be in this hall for a long time? I want to be in the hall. I want to see the way these people anchor the event. And so for me, that was a platform in my mind. Because if this person could do it, if I can see this person doing it, one day I will do it. And most of those things I have said has come to pass. And so it was a platform for me in my art, you know, the imagery. I learned literature that way you imagine yourself doing things. I began to, so most of the things I was seeing myself doing are things I've done severally. And so the reality is those people I used to beg to give me the platform are still in that position, serving. And sometimes they see me and they begin to share my story. Oh, SACO, you don't know SACO. SACO used to work with us. And I say it very well, and I'm glad that I worked as a waiter because it gave me the opportunity, it gave me access. It taught me how to, the service is important. It taught me that mentoring is important. It taught me that because when you are being mentored, that apart from the advantage of being mentored, you have access to some places. It gave me the opportunities to, and that's what I share with some of my proteges today. That you need to serve, you need to do some things. Yes, while you are discovering yourself, you need to do other things. So that's the opportunity I have now, sharing my story to some people, and people say, oh, this guy was a waiter before, and now he does MCs, both local and international. It can happen.
We'll be right back. Accessibility, opportunities, platforms, those are some of the things that life presents to you. Don't go anywhere. You're still on the Hope Grill. Welcome back. We are still on the Hope Grill SACO. I mean, I have lots of questions for you because I'm big. So did you make up your mind from when you were so young that you wanted to be a comedian? And you make it look like you don't look like somebody that has ever suffered. Taking remnants back home.
Yes.
How did that work for you?
For me, it wasn't that. My mom was always very, very excited to see that, you know, I bring things home. Because when you don't have anything and then you see beef and there's gari at home, there's no soup, or there's rice at home, there's no stew, and then I bring in jollof rice to the house, I bring in meat. I remember bringing meat to the house one time, and my mom was praying for me, piece of meat, you know, she was praying for me, you know, and then the rest is history. They say, I was just excited because I wasn't the only one craving for those remnants. You know, it was like, oh, let me get this meat, oh, let me get them. Now this one way they cut remain, you know. And sometimes you even see some people bite from the meat and just leave it, and then we still carry it home. We still carry it home. I remember that was the time I had to, you know, we had gari, I had to go buy soup, egusi soup, only soup, 100 naira. When I see my children enjoying that, and then they tell you that this soup is so much, I'm laughing because they don't understand.
I don't like this one.
Yeah, they tell you I don't like this one. Sometimes I have to beg my daughter to take chicken. I said, I don't want. Chicken was a luxury for us. We saw chicken once in a while in December. Like a period like this, you are looking forward to because I'm going to eat chicken. But now, my daughter will select that I want pink plate, pink. If it's not pink, she will not eat. She's privileged, you know, but it's a story that I keep thanking God that I went through, because if I didn't go through, when I see guys suffering, I'm able to share the story with them to say, I've been here before. I have pictures, throwbacks, I have pictures to show that, yes, when I was taking those pictures, I didn't know why.
When you see some of your old pictures,
yes,
and you look at yourself today, what do you do?
Sometimes I'm lost in worship. I'm lost. I'm amazed at the growth. You know, I go to some places and people speak highly of me, and I say, you really don't, you know, and sometimes I'm in a place and I'm crying. People will say, why are you crying? And I'm saying, you don't understand where I'm coming from. I've been a lot of negative things have been spoken to me before, and now I'm seeing results, or results is just coming out on its own. And I'm saying, God, this so if I see those pictures every time, my wife feels I'm emotional, but I say to her, babe, you don't know where I'm coming from. And then when I share, even my wife will have more terrible stories than I have. My wife have walked before, and thank God that, yes, she's walked that when if she doesn't finish selling, her mom was going to beat her. It was that bad, you know. But she had to forgive because it wasn't her fault. She went through a lot with her husband, and so she transferred the aggression on the daughter. It was crazy. But well, thank God, we're not where we used to be.
There are a lot of young people that see you, and they just feel like, I want to be like SACO.
Yes.
or I just want to get there. Maybe they're funny, they have things, and then what are you going to tell? What are the things that you would tell them to look out for, or the things you tell them to do?
I tell them talent is not enough. Talent is not enough. That's what I tell them. You have talent, you're very funny, but if you don't have the character, talent can get you to that place, but character keeps the door open. One thing I've learned over and over again is respect, value relationship. Relationship is good. Yes, sometimes some people take the relationship for granted. If you SACO is my guy, I'm supposed to pay him 500, they pay you 250, and they even collect from the money, but in the midst of all, your integrity, your ethical behavior will stick for you, and then you have to keep reacting. You have to keep reacting because there are opportunities. When the opportunity comes, will you be available? Will you have the content that you need to stand on that place? Every time I keep saying to myself, I've not gotten to where, people say I'm doing well, but I've said to myself, I keep setting a goal for myself, not competitive with anybody, but keep saying, by the time I'm so age, I want to achieve this. Not for anything, but to let you not to be lazy, not to be the lazy youth that they talked about a few months ago, but to say to myself, to say to you that you have talent, but you need character. You need to know your audience analysis, because I had to go through courses to learn presentation skills.
Wow.
Yes. I had to go to the EDC, Enterprise Development Center, to learn things, because I have an initiative also that trains young people on how to become a better person as a comedian. And I say to you that yes, you're funny, you're a comedian, but you need to do other things while waiting for that big platform. It's either you're rehearsing or you're working somewhere, because if you're funny and you're not getting results, it can be frustrating. So I'm thanking God that I had to do those things. I had to do those dirty jobs. But now it's not dirty anymore. You can tell anybody you're a chef. You can tell anybody you're a professional waiter. Yes. So for me, that's what I tell people.
So what's a typical day like in your house? Do you just make your wife laugh, your kids laugh, or are you the serious dad?
No.
Put everything.
I'm the chief servant in my house. My wife says it everywhere. And for me, I've listened to people like Prevailed. I've listened to people like Kingsley Okonkwo, to let them know that it's a different thing when you're outside and people are looking up to you and say, oh, celebrity. But in your house, the best thing you could do is to be the chief servant, play with your children, play with your wife, finish eating and carrying the plates to wash. There's nothing wrong in you washing the plate when your wife goes into the kitchen. That's I can say this, my wife said this, I can categorically say this, because when I hear people say, my wife say, my husband packs a plate. I remember when my mom came to them and saw me carry my plate. My wife says, that's how my husband carries it. So it's not that I'm doing it to impress. I'm saying, babe, you've done it to the kitchen to cook. Why would I now wait for you to come and pack the plate? For me, I've learned that in a long time. Don't bring in your celebrity thing into the house. You're a different person. So I play with my children. I let them know I'm their friends. They want to tell me anything, they tell me. I've learned that because for me, I've seen my parents not have that close relationship. Growing up was tough. I saw my parents fight physically, and for me, growing up in a polygamous environment, it got me so scared of polygamy that even to go to Badopoli, I didn't go. Anything poly, even to carry polythene bag, to let you know how difficult it was. Even to play Monopoly, I don't play.
Wow.
To let you know how it was a lot for me. So anything poly, there's even poly, anything polyphone, polynomial, anything poly.
Anything that has poly,
anything, because it's a lot. So I want to make my family a better family. Let them know that they're friends, they're best friend. My daughter says if she wants to get me, say, Dad, I'm your best friend. I say, yes, you're my best friend. Because if you're your daughter's best friend, she tells you anything.
Yeah. So now that you're the celebrity comedian, and I say that with all sense of responsibility and knowing what I'm saying.
Yes.
Have you ever had down moments?
Yes, I've had down moments. I had some challenges back in 2012 where it was crazy. For people didn't know, but it was for me. I said to myself, how did I get into this mess? I got involved with a lady, and that it was trying to set me up. It was a setup. It was crazy setup that for 2 years, from 2012, 2011, it happened in 2011 till 2014, I was in a serious mess.
Wow.
With a lady that involved my church. But in 2014, it almost affected me getting married to my wife. 2014. But thank God for my wife, she stood by me. And in 2014, August, God delivered us from it, that the truth came out from 2011. And, and I was making people laugh. And then I get back to my room and I say, the things that affected my father is about to affect me. It was crazy, I had to do it coded like that, but it was a lot. It was a down moment for me. Sometimes I cry. I said to myself, how did I get to this level? How did I get here? But, I put platform in place, structure in place where such cannot repeat itself again.
So how did you get out of it at that time?
Friends, not friends. I was able to talk to people. Because it was something that, wanted to make it as coded as possible. How you're saying you don't want this thing to get out. If it gets out, it's going to affect. But I realized that it was because I was trying to make it cover it. The person wanted to use it against me. So I walked up to whoever needed to listen. I told her, I said, this is what I went through, this is what I'm going through. I need this stuff. I need you to know about it. And that was how I got myself out of it, because if I had paid, I would have been paying more. It was like servicing something that was mutual, but I came out and I said, this is what has happened. And as soon as it came out, I was free. But, I had to take responsibility for what has happened.
Wow.
But, so telling people, telling the right person, the counselor, and that was how I got myself from it.
So if there's somebody out there
yes,
that, it's a celebrity, and what would be the things? Because you said, I've put a guard in place,
yes,
and it can't happen again. What would be the 1, 2, 3 things that you would want to tell such people to focus on to be able to guard their heart?
Well, as a man, what you listen to, there are 3 things that affect you: the things you listen to, the friends you keep, and what you see. And those are 3 things that has helped me. And also one of the things that have helped me so far, that I will say to you, that if you don't want to do the same mistake over and over again, have somebody that is a friend that will not ask you, how are you? Will ask you about the issue that you've shared with him, and that that he'll keep. I learned that from Praise for Owe also. Those are things that I listen to, that the friends that will ask you, how are you? So when he says, how are you, he's not talking about how are you right now. It's that issue is put a guard around you, in the sense that get friends that you want to travel out of Lagos, and that if you're in Lagos, outside Lagos, nobody knows you. Basically, you are in the hotel. Let that person be with you. It could be a lot, but the person is also learning. And that's what I tell some of the guys. I tell them straight. I say, this is my weakness. This is what I'm going through. I need you to stay here. No matter what happens, don't leave this room. And so for some of them, I've become my friend. They've grown from being a protege to being my friend, because I says, if anything goes wrong, it's going to affect you. And what I don't want to happen is what I've gone through in the past. The essence of mentorship is so you don't go through a lot of things. You're going to go through the process. But what it took me 10 years or 5 years to get shouldn't take you 2 years to get. Because I'm going to share the story and say, this is what I went through, this is how I went through the situation. And it's going to save you. So that's why I put those checks.
Thank you so much, SACO. That was such an inspiring session.
Thank you.
I don't want you to go anywhere. So we'll be right back, and we'll be taking the Hope questions.
Thank you.
I'm a very shy person. Unfortunately, that has cost me many opportunities. Please give me tips on how to overcome this predicament.
Okay.
So what are your thoughts?
My thought is, a shy person, you need to stand in front of the mirror, and rehearse your lines, rehearse what you need to do. You have to do it consistently. For you to become an habit, you should have done it over 10 hours, 10,000 hours. For you to become a professional in whatsoever you do. But what you do consistently for 21 days becomes an habit. So once you stand in front of the mirror, say your lines. Hello, my name is SACO. I'm called the Senior Advocate of Comedy and Master of Ceremony. Say those words. As you say them, and begin to imagine yourself getting a response. There is no shy person. You can't say that it's shy. It's just what gets your attention. People say I'm shy, but when somebody brings a topic that interests you, respond. So you need to get the things that respond, the things that get your attention. You need to stand in front. Mirror is actually the best thing. Stand in front of the mirror, rehearse over and over again. Because that's what they call the 1 minute or the 10 seconds thing, that when imagine you meet somebody at the 4th floor of an elevator. and you need to, pitch to the person what you want to do. So rehearse. There's no shyness. You need to say these things. So when they call your name, are you going to say, I'm shy to respond? If they give you 10 million, will you say, I'm shy to respond? So imagine those things. So keep rehearsing.
And in addition to what SACO has said, what you need to do also is get knowledge about that thing. So yes, you're staying in front of the mirror and you're saying all of it. Sometimes when your head is empty, you become shy. Yeah. So please take time to study, to improve yourself, show yourself approved concerning that thing that you want to be known about. And then you just become that amazing person that every one of us wants to listen to. I want to read from you. I want to sit down and listen to you. So make sure that you don't stop. You just keep getting knowledge. The quote for the week: when you feel like hope is gone, look inside you and be strong, and you will finally see the truth that a hero lies inside you.
Yes.
It's been such an amazing interview with SACO with us in the studio today. I have learned so much and I had so much fun. Thank you so very much for watching, and it's still Christmas. I want you to stay strong. I want you to stay inspired and have a hope-filled season. And to everyone that is watching us, we want to say
Merry Christmas,
Merry Christmas
and Happy New Year in
Happy
advance.
New Year in advance.
See you 2019.